Right, further questions. Member for North West.
Okay. Minister, you previously reported on the state government's efforts to support remote communities with voluntary alcohol bans. Can you please update the House on this very important issue?
Minister for Racing and
Speaker, and I thank the member for North West Central for his question. I also thank him in another area where we're trying to combat some of the alcohol problems in the restricted premises that are going really well. I thank you for your help on that, member. Members will be aware I've probably spoken quite a lot in the Parliament on this topic. That's the Section 175s. I do so because it's a very important issue, and that's where Aboriginal communities who don't have liquor outlets can come to me and ask me that they want me to ban the sale of alcohol, consumption of alcohol in their community. So it's a voluntary thing, and they come to me about that. I just want to report that there's 2 more additions on that list of communities that have sought my assistance. These are the Pilbara communities of Cheeditha near Roebourne and Warralong northwest of Marble Bar. And following visits to the communities, I've agreed to their request to introduce an alcohol ban for those communities. I just want to reaffirm to the Parliament that it's not a rubber stamp process. What I found is that, one, you need a considerable support from the community itself, from the leadership, from the police, health and other supporting agencies, which these communities are now receiving. And I make sure that I actually visit each community to make sure to myself that the communities are prepared for the ban that they want, that they have the leadership in place and their own processes in place. Otherwise, it won't work. Mostly I find there's really strong support within the communities. Most of the time they're organised, but in some cases they're not. And there's probably been 4 or 5 cases, I won't identify the communities, where I don't think they've really been prepared or have the structure in place to make such a ban work. So what we do, we continue to work with them and try and get to that situation. Just in respect of Cheeditha and Warralong, I've got to say I was very encouraged by those 2 communities, what they'd put in place to make sure their ban worked. In fact, at Warralong, they'd actually started the ban themselves on their own voluntary basis, but this gives them that support. There's now 17 of these communities in place, and I have a couple more of applications to consider. The one thing I ask myself, and as a government we look at the sustainability of these bans and how they work into the future. So I try to get back and visit to see how they're going. Generally they're going well. We have had some instances where the bans have been broken. We've had to reaffirm what takes place there. We work closely with the police. Alcohol in these areas, sometimes it's a complicated problem. There's no silver bullet. However, I just want to let people know, I will wind up, Mr Speaker, just to make sure that we get some proper read on this, with the assistance from the Minister for Health, the Honourable Helen Morton, the Drug and Alcohol Officer conducting follow-up studies to provide me some real information to make sure that we are achieving what we want to achieve in these communities. But I think we definitely are. I've seen firsthand a lot of the benefits, and I'm committed to continue this process, but we'll continue to monitor it and report to the Parliament on it.